When encountering broken, missing, or fixtures without parts during finish work, there are several steps to consider. Firstly, assess the situation. Determine the extent of the problem and whether it affects the functionality or safety of the installation. Secondly, contact the manufacturer or supplier. Report the issue immediately and request replacement parts or a replacement fixture. Provide clear details about the model, serial number, and any other relevant information. Thirdly, inform the customer. Communicate the situation to the customer and explain the steps being taken to resolve it. Let them know that you will keep them updated in the progress. Fourthly, document the issue. Take photos or make notes of the problem for your records and as proof for the manufacturer or supplier. Fifthly, consider temporary solutions. If possible and safe, consider implementing a temporary solution to ensure the installation is usable or code compliant. This could involve blanking up the fixture or using a compatible part from another fixture, if available. Sixthly, schedule a return visit. Arrange a time to return to the site to install the replacement parts or fixture once they are received. Seventhly, charge for additional labor. If the installation requires additional labor due to the issue, clearly communicate the charges to the customer. Also, maintain a good relationship with suppliers because having strong relationships with suppliers can speed up the process of obtaining replacement parts or fixtures. Keep spare parts on hand, if possible, and keep a small inventory of common parts for fixtures that are regularly installed. Utilize the manufacturer's warranty. If the fixture is still under warranty, the manufacturer may cover the replacement costs and labor. Always ensure that the installation is safe and code compliant, even if it means implementing temporary solutions. In situations where a fixture has the wrong mounting bar and a replacement isn't immediately available, blanking up the light and informing the builder is a reasonable short-term solution, especially if other lighting is present and code requirements are met. However, prioritizing safety is paramount. If blanking up the fixture doesn't meet code, installing a porcelain fixture to maintain legality is essential. The appropriate course of action depends on whether there are existing light fixtures available and the need for immediate illumination. Before commencing any electrical work, it's crucial to verify that the power is disconnected from the circuit you'll be working on. Using a non-contact voltage tester is a good starting point, but it's always recommended to use a multimeter to confirm that the circuit is de-energized. Once you've ensured that the power is off, inspect the wiring thoroughly to identify any potential hazards such as frayed insulation or loose connections. When dealing with wiring, always follow the National Electrical Code (NEC) guidelines. These guidelines provide standards for safe electrical installations. Some common practices include using correctly sized wire connectors, properly grounding the fixture, and ensuring that all connections are secure. If you're unsure about any aspect of the wiring, it's best to consult with a qualified electrician to avoid potential safety risks or code violations. When installing or replacing light fixtures, it's important to select the appropriate fixture for the location and purpose. Consider factors such as the amount of light needed, the style of the fixture, and whether it's suitable for indoor or outdoor use. Pay attention to the fixture's voltage and wattage ratings to ensure compatibility with the existing electrical system. Additionally, check for any specific requirements or recommendations from the fixture manufacturer. When you encounter a situation where parts are missing, broken, or incorrect, there are several steps you can take. Firstly, assess the situation to determine the extent of the problem. Check if the missing part is essential for the fixture's operation or if it's merely a cosmetic component. Contact the manufacturer or supplier to inquire about obtaining replacement parts. Provide them with as much information as possible, such as the fixture's model number, serial number, and a description of the missing or damaged part. If you're unable to obtain replacement parts quickly, consider temporary solutions to keep the installation functional and safe. For example, you can blank up the fixture or use a compatible part from another fixture, if available. However, ensure that any temporary solutions comply with local electrical codes and safety standards. Communicating with the customer throughout the process is essential. Explain the situation to them, outline the steps you are taking to resolve it, and provide them with an estimated timeline for completion. Keep them informed of any delays or changes in plans. Maintaining a positive relationship with the customer can help manage their expectations and ensure their satisfaction. Documenting the issue is crucial for future reference and potential warranty claims. Take photos or videos of the broken or missing parts, and keep a record of all communication with the manufacturer or supplier. This documentation can be valuable if you need to file a claim or dispute any charges. Before leaving the job site, make sure to clean up any debris or materials related to the installation. Properly dispose of any damaged parts or packaging materials. Leave the area neat and tidy to ensure customer satisfaction and avoid potential safety hazards. Keep in mind that safety is always the top priority when working with electricity. If you're unsure about any aspect of the installation, consult with a qualified electrician or electrical inspector. Following safe work practices and complying with electrical codes can help prevent accidents and ensure a successful installation. If the fixture is under warranty, the manufacturer may cover the replacement costs and labor. Prioritizing safety means ensuring that the installation is safe and code compliant, even if it means implementing temporary solutions. If you have to blank up the light and leave the fixture, make sure you communicate this to the builder clearly and explain the reason for the incomplete installation. Providing them with a timeline for when you expect to return with the correct parts can help manage their expectations. Remember to document the entire process, including photos of the missing parts and any communication with the supplier and builder. This documentation can be helpful if there are any disputes or misunderstandings later on. When you return to install the fixture with the correct parts, make sure to inspect the existing wiring and connections to ensure they are still in good condition. If you find any damage or deterioration, replace the affected components before proceeding with the installation. After completing the installation, test the fixture to ensure it's working properly. Check for any flickering, dimming, or other issues that may indicate a problem. If you encounter any issues, troubleshoot the problem and make any necessary adjustments or repairs. Finally, obtain the appropriate permit for the electrical work. Depending on your location and the scope of the project, you may need to obtain a permit from the local building department. This ensures that the installation meets all applicable codes and standards. In addition to following safe work practices, it's also important to maintain a professional attitude and appearance while on the job site. Be respectful of the customer's property and belongings, and communicate clearly and courteously with them. A positive attitude can go a long way in building trust and ensuring customer satisfaction. Also, ensure all work aligns with NEC Section 110.3, which focuses on examination, identification, installation, and use of equipment. This section requires that electrical equipment is installed and used according to the instructions included in a listing or labeling. Compliance with this section is crucial for ensuring safety and code compliance. Also, remember NEC Section 314.16 addresses the number of conductors allowed in outlet device and junction boxes. Always ensure that the wiring within the electrical box does not exceed the maximum fill capacity specified in this section. Overfilling electrical boxes can lead to overheating and potentially hazardous situations. Always adhere to ampacity ratings. The ampacity of conductors, or their current carrying capacity, must be carefully considered. NEC Section 310.15 provides guidelines for determining the appropriate ampacity of conductors based on their size, insulation type, and installation conditions. Using conductors with insufficient ampacity can result in overheating, insulation damage, and fire hazards. Also, make sure to maintain proper grounding and bonding. Grounding and bonding are essential for electrical safety. NEC Article 250 provides comprehensive requirements for grounding and bonding electrical systems and equipment. Proper grounding and bonding help to minimize the risk of electric shock and prevent the buildup of static electricity. Also, use appropriate wiring methods. The NEC specifies various wiring methods that are acceptable for different applications. These methods include rigid metal conduit, electrical metallic tubing, non-metallic conduit, and cable assemblers. It is essential to select the appropriate wiring method for the environment and application to ensure the safety and longevity of the electrical system. And remember to install overcurrent protection. Overcurrent protection devices, such as circuit breakers and fuses, are designed to protect electrical circuits from overloads and short circuits. NEC Article 240 provides requirements for overcurrent protection, including the selection, installation, and coordination of overcurrent devices. It is crucial to install overcurrent protection devices that are properly sized and rated for the circuit they are protecting.